I'm Lexi. I'm in the US, and today is the channel's 3rd birthday. I can't believe that I've been doing this for 3 years. So, in preparation and trying to figure out what I was going to do for this video, I was looking at some birthday traditions around the world, and it dawned on me that I've never tried Leches Cake, 3 milks cake, which is apparently a popular birthday dessert in Mexico. And 3 milks cake, 3rd birthday, it kind of seems like fate, right? So let's head into the kitchen and see how to make Leches Cake. What do you think of the headband? This is the 3rd year I've used it. Do I need to retire it and get something else? Let me know down below. See you inside. So we're gonna start with 1.5 cups, which is 180 grams of flour. And to that, we are going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Just give that a little toss and set it aside. In this one, we have 1 cup or 198 grams of sugar, and we're going to add 1/2 cup, which is 113 grams of butter. This butter could be softer. And then we're going to beat these together. Looks like I blew some flour around with the mixer. To our butter and sugar mixture, we are going to add 5 eggs. That is a lot of eggs. Do we want to see if I can do the egg thing with my left hand? I don't know if I can. This could go very badly. Yay! That was a little messier. I'm a little eggy now, so I'm going to wash my hands before we mix this. Time to mix up the eggs and sugar. Then in goes the flour, and you want to do this in a couple of additions. So let's go about 1/2. And the other 1/2. I'm going to scrape down the sides. And do a little more mixing. And then we have approximately a 9 by 13 baking pan. We are going to scrape this mixture into it. This pan may be a little bigger than 9 by 13. We'll make do. It's the only one I have. And I greased and floured this before we put the stuff in. Get this all spread out evenly. How thin this is has really got me wondering what size this pan is. I've always assumed it was a 9 by 13. But I also know I'm pretty poor spatially. Make sure we get all the batter out of here. We want all that yummy tres leche cake goodness. And then this is going to go in the oven at 350 degrees, which is 175 degrees Celsius. And this is going to bake for approximately 30 minutes. I'm going to keep a pretty close eye on it because I don't know if this is the right size pan. I'll see you in a second. While the cake is baking, I figured we could go ahead and mix up the 3 milks part of a tres leches cake. I have 2 cups of whole milk. That is 473 milliliters. And then I've got a can of evaporated milk. This can is 12 ounces, which is 354 milliliters. And a can of sweetened condensed milk. This can is 14 ounces, which is my ingredients list is milliliters, and the can says grams. Let me check the evaporated. Okay, the evaporated milk is listed in milliliters and the condensed milk is listed in grams. So 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk is apparently 396 grams. It seems that this one is measured by weight and the evaporated is measured by volume. I don't know. Things are weird sometimes. We are just going to stir this together, get it well combined without getting it everywhere. Once the cake comes out of the oven, you want to let it come to room temperature and then take a fork and poke a whole bunch of holes all over it, a lot like we did for the lemon drizzle cake. And then you're going to pour this milk all over the cake and let it soak in so it gets all nice and, I know a lot of people hate this word, but moist. I'm still feeling globs of sweetened condensed milk at the bottom of this, but I don't want to mix too hard and splash everywhere. So I am just going to set this aside until the cake is ready for it. And there is one more thing that you need to make for this cake, but it's really simple. You just need to make some whipped cream. So you just take some heavy cream or double cream, depending on where you're at, and some sugar, and whip that till you've got it at stiff peaks, and that's going to be your frosting. I imagine you could add a little bit of vanilla to that if you wanted to. I will see you back when the cake's done, and then we can give this a try. Okay, so first I'm going to apologize for my whipped cream. I don't know what happened. It looked fine in the bowl. I put it on the cake and it just went blah. But I'm sure it'll still taste fine. I feel like I should be singing happy birthday and blowing out candles. That is super moist. The most notable thing about this cake is the texture. To say it's that dreaded word, moist, is really an understatement. This is almost soggy, but in a good way. In a way that I'm kind of all about. I'm a little obsessed with this. You bite into it, and like the milks kind of ooze out at you. It's really different from anything else I've ever had. The flavor is simple. I was kind of afraid it was going to be a bit eggy, because there were so many eggs in it. And it smelled a little bit eggy when I was poking the holes in it, but you don't really get that once you pour the milks on top. That's really the dominant flavor, and who really thinks about milk having a flavor? I think this could be really good with some cinnamon, or I wonder if you could use chocolate milk or strawberry milk or something like that. Or, I'm going to climb really out of the box here. Could you use a latte? I am seeing all kinds of possibilities with this. Tell me down below, do they make different flavors of Tres Leches cake? Like, are any of the things that I've just talked about, are those actually a thing, or is that just my wild imagination? I am definitely going to be making this again in the future. Probably trying at least a couple of those variations that I mentioned. Gotta try them, right? If you don't try them, how do you know they're not amazing? Especially that coffee one, that's really stuck in my head now. I want to be eating that. But this is really good. And the rest of the cake is gonna get decimated over the next few days. Of that, I am certain. Rating. We rate things around here. I'm gonna give it a 9. Like I said, I'm a little bit obsessed with the texture, but I really want to see what else can be done with it. It's exciting to me. And like I said, I'm sorry about that whipped cream. I'm really not... I mean, clearly I didn't whip it enough, but it looked fine in the bowl. I don't know. No idea. But that's all I've got for today. So thank you for watching me for however long you've been watching me, and I hope you're going to stick around for a while. I'm happy to have you along for the ride. If you could like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. It would make a great birthday present. But as always, I'll see you next time. Bye!